I feel like this is a very common video format. Only wanted to do it when I found something to rank things that I actually knew about, and I figured Mario RPG, best way to shamelessly do a tier list of my own. I'm judging these by their appearance in the original game. What I do like is that they did change some of the names. This one over here, hold on. Yeah, this guy. This is Dry Bones that you encounter later in the game, but this is also Dry Bones that you encounter fairly early, like the second major area, dungeon, whatever you want to call it, Hoo Hoo Mountain. I think they changed this guy's name to Dark Bones, so I think that's what I'm going to refer to him as. I don't remember what the other palette swaps names are. I also don't remember all the names, but I do remember how they behave and how fun it is to fight against them. Yeah. All right, we got Beanie. It's got 2 attack variations. Yeah, lower middle of the road. This thing, the Bill Blaster, you find it in like Stardust Fields. It's like really early. That's cool. A lot of Mario RPGs have some incarnation of the Bill Blaster. In Paper Mario games, it creates new enemies for you to fight, and then the Bullet Bill shoots at you. But this one is just like the blooper. If I recall, it hovers above you and you hit it with the hammer. I mean, it's nothing crazy, but you know, the blooper's fun. So, yeah, no, that's fun. The piranha plants. I think you only fight these in the airport. Like, I don't know, should these be counted as like regular enemies because they're so heavily tied to the mom piranha? Well, yeah, well that's like saying that the Beanie can't counts as like a boss related enemy because the Queen Bee can summon him. But no, these guys should be, their piranha plants are like a Mario RPG staple. But these are pretty cool. The hand powers, the super effective damage, depending on what color they are. You know what? Yeah, no, they're cool. They'll go in B. I don't know why this is by itself. These two are like, it's like a package deal. Yeah, the guy who made the tier list, he put the Dr. Mario viruses together, but not these two. These two should be put together. I'll put them together. Also, this tier list didn't have the Hammer Bro for some reason, so I had to add that in. The Sand Sheep leaps above the bros, and you gotta not do anything, and the Shark Bone bites you, and you have to jump to counterattack, or just dodge outright. In the remake, in the beginning of the fight, the Sand Sheeps are visible, so you're able to see where they are before they shuffle around. But I guess in the original, you just have to fucking guess. There had to have been a way to guess, but I do. Regardless of the version differences, I do think they're actually a really cool enemy. We'll put them in B for now and see how I feel. But bombs, all they do is they bump into you, and when you hit them, they light up and then they explode on you, kind of like Paper Mario 64. They're okay. The boos, almost confused because they're also in Partners in Time, but they're very different. But in this one, it's like a silly, depending on the face they make, that's the bro who they attack, they teleport in front of. Regular cheap. So they just ram into you, and when you hit them once, they spike up. I don't think any other time in any other game has a cheap puffed up, because that's usually reserved for there are puffer cheeps. I'll put it in C just because of its uniqueness. This guy, I fucking love this. This guy's going in S. I don't even care. And he's one of the, unlike the Hammer Bro, but the Hammer Bros in this game, I really like their designs, how they're like chunky, and they have no pupils in their eyes. They look really mean. They changed them back to like the generic Hammer Bro designs in the remakes. I did not like that. However, they kept the Chomp Bros looking the same in the remake. This is how it looked in the original, and they kept this the art style in the remake, and I really like them. He'll throw a chomp at you, but if you jumping on the chomp shot put thing, holy fuck, I can't talk, you'll temporarily kill it, and then he gets all sad and gets all mopey. Yeah, clumps. I fucking love clumps. They can increase their attack power, and they have like I like enemies that do that like big. As a kid, I always loved like the big slam moves where both brothers have to jump over it. Also, look at him. He's so chunky. I love him. This guy. I like this guy. Now we're getting into some good enemies. This I forget its name. Eker. I like this guy. I like the way it shimmies. The dark bones. Honestly, it's just some people like to put like the palettes, like rank the palette swaps differently. To me, in Superstar Saga in particular, they're basically the same enemy, just encountered at different times. The dark bones and the dry bones. Well, this one's found in the desert, which makes sense. This one's found at Hulu Mountain. I think they're both encountered at fine locations. Like they're not at the game's already like super easy, so they're not like none of these enemies are like crazy to fight against. Maybe I won't do these with all the palette swaps, but I will do this with the dry bones. I do like their attacks. They're very simple. It comes up depending on the way it spins its head, determines which brother. Dry bones up there. Fight or flight. I don't like this guy. I don't know what it is, but I always got the timing wrong. I don't know. You know what's funny? I actually think these guys, the ones you find in the Bean Castle sewers, are actually easier to fight because they're faster and easier to time, whereas the ones you find earlier are actually a little harder to time for me personally. But should I rank these based on how easy they are to fight? No, I'm gonna rank them on based how fun they are to fight. I think, yeah. What is this? Elite Troopy? I like when they were quadruped. These red ones, the Elite Troopies, they can do everything the regular Troopy can do, which is down here. I like the way, I actually really like the way that, you know what? I think, yeah, no, I'm gonna put him in S. I think, yeah, no, I think that's an S. That's an S guy. They have a really cool, varied moveset. If you miss the chance to counterattack the shell attack, it'll just go back to its starting position. But if you jump on it, you can use it kind of like an early version of the green shell, but instead of kicking the shell, you're jumping on it, and you can use its own attack to hit the other enemies. It's such a cool idea. They're also they're a medic. They can heal their allies, and I'm pretty sure this isn't a thing that the original Troopy can do, and I don't think any other enemy can do this in this game. But they can resurrect fallen enemies. I remember being so infuriated as a kid fighting these things, but honestly, the game isn't that hard anyway, and that's just a really cool thing. These guys, the fuzzy trees, they just throw fuzzies at you. I like the idea. Also, it looks like a Dr. Seuss character. These guys are a nuisance. But do I hate them? I don't hate them. So I also like how simple their design is. They're little goo guys. If they hit you, you get poisoned, which is really, really annoying. But luckily, this is one of those RPGs where your guy heals status at the end of the fight. And they're also another Joke's End enemy. And Joke's End is notorious. It's just a super. I like Joke's End. I like how long it is, but it is go on for a long time. Yeah. We'll put them in C. Gold Beanie. It's the same thing. I apologize. Okay. Other than giving you a lot of like a really good payload when you kill it, it's just the normal beanie that's sometimes hidden in this guy. They do have increased attack power. So gold beanies are literally just the Amazy Daisies. They are cool though, and the payload, yeah, you know what? Yeah, I'll put them. I'll put them here. I'm not gonna rank the separate. I'm not gonna rank the tiers individually. Like I'm not gonna rank like my favorite of B or my favorite of C. This is just where they're going. Goombas. Honestly, Goombas are just a tutorial enemy. You have nothing. You just have your jump. It makes them kind of boring to fight, but it's not their fault. I'll put them in D. Okay, these guys. One of them you fight in Warhar Lagoon, and the other one you fight Teehee Valley. Gritty Goomba, right. And they're both, and in the original, they're just both called Gritty Goomba. So many stylized enemies. Gritty Goomba and Elite Gritty Goomba. I like them both. I'll rank them the same. I actually, you know what? Yeah, no, I'm gonna put them in A. I love their design. I like their attack. They're cool. Okay, Snow Snifit. These guys just shoot, right? The chunk of ice that slides on the ground is countered by the hammers, and then the snowballs are countered by their jumping. Sometimes two ice snippets can team up and attack both brothers at the same time with snowballs. I love it when, depending on which enemies you're fighting, like which combination of enemies, their attacks differ. I think that's not a thing in Paper Mario. That's like a Mario and Luigi thing exclusively. Like depending on like who their partners are, determines their moves and sometimes their tells. I'm gonna put him in A. Am I crazy about him? Am I really crazy about him? Like this, like A is what I'm crazy about, and then S is like what I'm all about. Anytime there's a Lakitu enemy, I feel like a lot of people are gonna not enjoy fighting any sort of Lakitu enemy, because in all the Mario RPGs, most of them, when they throw the spike balls, and they turn into more enemies, either Spinies or Sharpies. Actually, yeah, this thing doesn't create Spinies. Spinies are Mushroom Kingdom, right? And then Sharpies are the Bean Bean variant that are commonly found throughout all of the Bean Bean fields. These are only found in the Bean Bean Castle sewers, which is funny. Yeah, the Lakitu creates this. I feel like a lot of people don't like the Lakitu enemies because they make the fights go on and on. I kind of like when they create more enemies. It's just, I like grinding in RPGs because I'm a sick fuck. Also, I don't know, it just makes them more threatening that way. I'm not crazy about him, like an A, but like I don't hate him. I'll put him in C. Yeah, I'll put him in C. I'm also gonna move the beanie down. Sharpie. Sharpies just ram into you, I think, but they're kind of boring. In fact, put the beanie back in C. These guys, the laser snifits. I want to like them. I think in the remake they're easier to dodge, but in the original, I could never get the timing down. But I also want to attribute that to me not paying attention. Conceptually, I really like these guys. You know what? I'm gonna put them in A. The Limbo Bros. I don't remember there being two of them. Design alone, I want to put them in A. They made a lot of really cool Hammer Bro and Boomerang Bro designs in this game. I'm gonna put them in B. Well, this one you only fight as Luigi, so it's probably, and whenever you're a single bro, it's really fucking annoying to fight. So I'll put the regular one here and then the elite one in B, because you have both bros, it'd probably be more engaging to fight. Magikoopas, pain to fight in Paper Mario games, but I actually like fighting them in those games. But their main attack in this game, the fire rings, okay. But I don't hate them. Not this incarnation. I think the ones in Paper Mario are more fun to fight, but I do like how I do like threatening enemies in Mario RPGs because they're already really easy games. What the fuck? What the fuck is this thing? Oh, it's that squid guy! How does this guy fight? Oh no. Oh, I don't remember this guy at all. Fought underwater, I can already tell. And they shoot yellow-green pearls or bubbles in the remake from their tentacles. Yeah, right. They have a sleep form where the bubbles that come from their nose have to counter with the hammer, or they'll just throw the bubble at you. And if the bubble hits you, you get dizzy. I'm not crazy about this guy, but I don't hate him. I like that it has two different, kind of like two different forms. Yeah, I'll put them in C. These guys, I like these guys, the chain bots. If you hit them, they get all glitchy, and then like the colors that determine which bro they're gonna attack swap. Kind of like the shrew bots. I think that's what they're called. Using Thunder Hand will always cause it to malfunction. I like when enemies have specific weaknesses that make sense. I do like this guy conceptually a lot. You know what? Put him in S. Mecha Blooper. He's just a blooper. He shoots missiles at you, and the missiles are his tentacles. Design-wise, I really like him. I'll put him in A. These regular Spinies. They come at you, they spin, and you gotta hit him with the hammer. They're not as boring, but I like the way they spin. Let's see, the Tiki guys. These are the regulars, and I believe these are the elite Tiki guys. They kind of just like kind of trip you. Oh yeah, and they can ram into you. So they have two attacks. One that both attacks you have to jump. I don't hate them. We'll go to C. I know you guys too. I forget what their name is. They take the form of a brother and then they jump on them. I think that's really cool. And I think they also shoot lasers at you. What is it? Anacaris? No, that's a that's a Darkstalkers character. Whoops. Anubu. Oh, they don't. I'm thinking of the fucking Tanubas. These guys, they'll transform into like a silhouette of either Mario and Luigi, and then they'll fire a laser at that target. Firebrand and Thunder Hand attacks will heal them. It's such a weird non-Mario looking enemy. Like out of all these guys, these don't even look like a Mario enemy. I like them. The laser is hard to dodge though. Put them in B. The Boomerang Bro. And they did not change the design in the remake. I like him. I like how tall and lanky he is. I'm not super crazy about him. It's like he just throws a boomerang at you, but I do like the way he looks, so he's going to be the Goomba Diver. If I recall, he either rams into you or slowly descends on you. I think they're fun to fight. I'll fight. God, this is bad. I'm very generous with my tier. I'm way too positive. The Snifit Gunner. I like that they like can't move on their own. It's also weird because they're both of them and the Sniper Bill. You know what? I'm just gonna put Sniper Bill in S. Bullet Bill with arms using the Super Scope. I'm glad that they didn't change the design of this guy in the remake. Not too much anyway. Yeah, in the original they wear fingerless gloves. Fire a little Bullet Bill and then they fire themselves, but they come at you quicker than the thing they fired. It's such a funny idea. I do like that Bowser's Castle has like 2 distinct gun-related enemies. If the Shy Guy simply pushes the Gunner Guy, the latter will fire a cannonball, which will fall onto the ground and roll very slowly. If the Shy Guy hops before the attack, the Gunner Guy will fire. Yeah, I never picked up on that. I always thought that this attack was just impossible to dodge for some reason. Also, they changed the design in the remake to look more like a Snifit. I kind of like the original design where it's got like a unique mask color and stuff. Honestly, I think I'm gonna also put this guy in S. I'm really biased for these end game enemies. Pretty sure it's just this guy, but they can poison you. It's just okay. Rex is just a funny enemy. It just rams into you. I don't like it more than the Shroob Rex, which is a very similar enemy. Just like in Super Mario World, if you jump on it, it gets smaller. It's such a good idea for an RPG enemy. I'm gonna put it in A. Oh geez, they're not real enemies. For blasting off like a rocket, causing the battle to end with no experience gain. If this happens, they will no longer be in their active state in the overworld. After they are defeated by the brothers, they will lay on the ground for a moment, seemingly injured only, and say a random quip. Should I even count these guys as enemies? It's more like a funny Easter egg. Yeah. What the fuck is this thing? What is this? Oucherglass. I don't remember this guy. I don't remember this guy at all. What is this? Only Luigi can fight these guys. Oucherglass will never appear on the field, instead battling alongside elite Chuck guys. I don't remember ever fighting these guys. Magically cause an earthquake, which in turn causes Sandy Fist to shoot up from under Luigi, which he must jump over, where he will get the heavy G status. They can also turn over and summon a large ball of sand to hurl at Luigi. I mean, they sound really threatening. I swear to God, I have no recollection of this enemy whatsoever. I mean, it sounds pretty cool. I feel like I would like it as much as Anubu, but you do only fight it as Luigi, and the Dizzy status, when you're only solo, you're literally just a sitting duck. Parabini. I think it's honestly just less interesting to fight because it only has one attack where it rams into you, whereas the regular Beanie has 2 variations. Okay, well, you know what? I'm just gonna do this. Regular Troopy goes in A. Paratroopy, it will become the regular Troopy, but because and it also still has the healing attack, but it doesn't have that fun shell attack. This is the same thing as this. It can still heal, it can still resurrect guys. I'll put him in A. Cactus Snifit, I forget what these guys are. This is like the one enemy whose tail I just could never figure out. It's cool that they spit coins and mushrooms at you potentially, but if you don't know the tell, it can really fuck you up. It's just a cactus with a Snifit face. I like it conceptually, but in practice, it's kind of a bitch. Personally, I never liked him. I'm putting him in D. I can never figure him out. The heart starfish guys, they shoot hearts at you. They kind of bored me. Design-wise and attack-wise, you can tell I'm getting tired. The worm, they're okay. I don't hate them. Oh, that's actually really interesting. I didn't realize that the Fawful enemy from Superstar Saga, or from Bowser's Night Story, is a Fawfulized version of the Swarm. Tanubas, I feel like, are like a fan favorite design. This was before the Tanuki Tail goombas from 3D Land. They turn into the bro and then you smack them. They're pretty hard in this. I think they're more fun to fight, more unique enemies in Partisan Time. Yeah, you know, I'll give them an A. It's such a unique enemy. Yeah, it's such a unique enemy. Yo bro can power itself up, and turning on which yo-yo color, that's the color. Yeah. Hammer Bro, fairly generic. It's honestly, I like its design. Its design alone makes me want to put it in A, but it's more or less just rookie. Yeah. And yeah, there you go. I think that's okay. I think that's okay. We're okay with that. I'm gonna sleep well.